Hey guys, it's Morgan coming back to you with a quick, short little review video about a really cool product that these guys sent me to test out. I've been trying this thing out for a little while. I haven't been talking about it just because I wanted to test it out and make an opinion before I told you guys about it. But check this thing out. This is made by VTOMAN. Anyway, that word, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. They're from China, like most things with batteries. And this thing is really cool. So it's big and giant. This is a battery pack slash compressor slash jump starter thing. Anyway, it's big. It's pretty heavy. I'd say it's probably like, I don't know, it's probably almost 5 pounds, 4 pounds. But that's because it's got a giant battery in it. And the thing is really, really cool. And we're going to show you all how it works. So it has USB out, USB-C out, and like coax out. Also, it has an attachment for airing up things and a compressor, and we're going to test this thing on my van here in just a second, so stick with me here. I'm going to go let air out of the van tire, which I'm super trusting to do that. I actually haven't done that. I've tested this thing, and it definitely pumps air. I don't know if it's going to air up my tire all the way to the 60 pounds it needs, but we're going to try it. So it's got an air attachment, which is really cool. Then it comes with full-on jumper battery or jumper cables. So just like a lot of things like that out here. I've got one from Tuss that's really cool and small and lightweight, something you might want to carry on your bike. This is not something you want to carry on your bike, but to put this in the van, it's really, really cool because then I have jump starter for the van. Also, I've got an air compressor to air up bicycle tires. I don't really air up tires on my motorcycle, although now with the new ProLock 360, I actually do change PSI on that. But generally, bicycles or the van, if we get a flat and we have to fix it or whatever, it's really, really nice. The other thing I want to test here, and I think I have one, is I want to test how long it takes for it to fill a air fork, because that's a big thing here at the shop when we're doing suspension work on air forks, and we take the air spring apart and we get it all apart and then we air it up. It takes forever to hand pump that thing to 100 psi or 125, 130, whatever you run it at. It takes a month of Sundays, and because of the way the little Schrader valve is on those forks, you can't get my normal air chuck that's like for filling tires and things like that. So it's a real nightmare, and I want to see if this thing will fill that up quickly too. So we're going to test all that stuff here, guys. So anyway, let's just show you all the things it comes with. Again, jumper cables, comes with USB-C to USB-C cable, comes with lots of little attachments for the air thing. So you can, it's got a needle for a basketball. It's got a straight just kind of squirter air thing to fill like a raft or something, whatever. It's got the press to valve adapter, and then we've got USB to USB-C. So it comes with all that stuff. It's really cool. Let me just show you how it works here. We can just turn it on. You hold this down. There we go. Battery's full. This set at 36 psi. It's got a little car setting, and you can change that like 37, 38, 39, and then this switches. So you got a little car thing. So maybe if you normally set your car tires at whatever, what you can do is bicycle, that'll let you go high, and then basketball, and then you go just nothing. So this would be the custom thing, and let's go way up high. Go 65 for my tires on the van, the front of the van. So we can leave that there. Again, we can set these things. It's pretty nice little automatic things. It's also got light. Bing. Oh, strobe light. That's pretty cool. So actually, that'd be nice. Again, in the van, this thing's a pretty sweet setup for that, because this would be like if you're on the side of the road, turn that blinking as you're dealing with your car. So it's pretty nice. And obviously, this is the gauge for what it says, you know, what you're at, and it shuts off automatically. So let's go try this out on the van. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna let the air out of the van. I'm surprised I'm gonna let this do this. But we're gonna see if it will. I'm gonna let the air out. Like, I'll just let it all out of the front, and we'll see if this thing will pump up all the way. That will be nuts. If it goes from 0 to 65 psi, I will be impressed. So let's go do that. So out here in the sun, this is gonna be really hard to see, but I'm gonna use this as a gauge too. And I'll see if I can't get in here tight and show you. Okay. Hold on. There we go. So 55. I'm gonna try to go to 65 with it. So let's let the air out. And this is ridiculous that we're going all the way to 0, but this is as if you got a flat, right? So if you got a flat, and you plugged a tire, let's say you didn't have your spare, and you plugged the tire and now you're going up. So we're gonna find out if this thing will do it. It's hot out too, so we'll see how hot this thing gets and if it affects the performance. All right, guys, that's all the way flat. Got this set to 65. There we go. Now we let it run. This is obviously going to take a long time to fill up a van tire with this thing, but I'm interested to see if it'll do it. I don't really know if it's going to work. So I'm going to set this down, you guys down, aim you at it. We'll let the time lapse happen and hopefully get air back in this tire enough with just this little guy, which would be pretty cool. And I know this isn't really motorcycle related right now. We are going to look for that air spring to try that thing too, but this is dirt bike related because we go drive down these gnarly, nasty roads way out in the middle of nowhere to go ride, and it would be nice to know you had something on board to be able to air your tire back up if you did get a flat or something like that. So I'm gonna set you guys down and I'll be back. Boom, there we go, guys. 65 psi. Now I did have to cool that thing off a couple times. It looked like it just used about half the battery. I had to take it inside because it was sitting out here in the sun before the shade came over, and it got hot and it would stop when it got hot, so I had to take it inside, cool it off, put it back out here. But so I mean, that is a limitation obviously with anything like that. If it gets hot, it's going to shut down, but at least it turns off and doesn't ruin the thing. So worked, filled the tire up from all the way down to 65 psi, which I'm pretty happy about. Now let's go inside and see if we can't hunt down an air spring, see how fast I can fill one of those up. All right, guys, we got ourselves an air chamber. This is an old one, but doesn't matter. Let the air out. All right, it's empty. Let's put this on. Turn our dude on here. Switch over to the unlimited one. What it'll go up to. Oh, that's nice. Let's try it. 130. Let's see how long that takes. That was crazy fast. Did not speed that footage up at all. That's exactly how long it took. That was awesome. So that's huge, guys. If you are an air fork guy or girl, and a lot of people are, you know how long it takes when you completely disassemble one, grease everything and whatever, put it back together. It takes forever pumping that thing up. Or you got to hook it up to shop air. And like I said, I don't have a chuck that fits on there. This chuck fits on there, no problem. Right to 130. Now you can fine tune it to whatever you want. That's really cool. I'm really, really happy about that. Now I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it has a switch between PSI and bar and all that, which is fine because I operate in PSI. But if that's a problem, that would be a situation, wouldn't work. But I'm super stoked. Well, that to me is the coolest part of this tool, is that it has the air compressor. Honestly, lots and lots of things have the battery power, jumper cable, all that stuff that's been out for a long time. But to mix those two into one unit is really, really cool. And I am definitely going to be having this in my van at all times, no matter what, because it does multiple things. Now, I had the Air Moto in my car, and actually I have that in my wife's truck and my kid's truck, and I like the Air Moto, but it doesn't have the battery bank. It also does not have the compressor that this has. This has a legit compressor. It goes all the way to 160 PSI, 4,250 amp jump starter. So this thing's super cool. I love all the attachments it comes with. I love all that stuff. I think this thing's really, really rad. I will put a link in the description of this video for this if you guys want to buy one. I think you'll save some money, helps us out. You'll get a really cool product. I've been using it now for a month, and I've been trying it out on different things. I mean, not just constantly running it, but trying it out on different things. I hadn't done the fork or the van tire. I'd done bicycle tires. I'd done dirt bike tires, all that stuff, and it's worked great. Also, the gauge on it is pretty darn accurate. It's within 1 or 2 PSI of like a really nice accurate gauge. So as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough. Now, if you're Mr. Nerd guy with your tubeless and you want exactly 3.6 PSI, sorry, that's not going to work. But for a normal human, it is plenty good enough. And again, all the connections, you can power all kinds of stuff, charge your phone, charge your cameras like this, all kinds of stuff. And that's what I'm going to be using it a bunch because it will help me with airing things up, but then also doing all of the stuff that a guy who has a YouTube channel does. So charging up my cameras, charging up, I got a new Hover Air, by the way. Make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, because I got a new Hover Air, and that thing's looking super cool. But charging that thing up while I'm out, yeah, very, very handy. Obviously, it charges very quickly. I think from 0 to full in just a few hours. It's not that long. So you can charge it off your car while you're driving or whatever. So anyway, massive shout out to these guys, VTOMAN. Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. Again, full transparency, this was free, but I do think it's worth the money because, yeah, I like it. It's just a more industrial version of other stuff that's small. I like it. I think it's definitely better built, gonna last longer, battery lasts longer, all that stuff. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Comment below what you think about these review videos. I don't do just a ton of just product videos. I'm trying to do more of those for folks if they're interested. Reach out if you're interested with that. I'll be super psyched to help you out with your product if you want me to review it. But just do know I'm going to be brutally honest. And if I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. So careful. But if you believe in your product very heavily and you think I would like it and you think I could help you get the word out, let me know. And all of you viewers, let me know what you think about this video. I know it wasn't super moto oriented, but I think it's actually pretty handy for all of us who ride moto, especially out in the woods and stuff like that. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you on the next one.